And as you've heard, the International Labor Organization says there are 20.9 million people living in slavery, at least, and some say as many as 46 million. They are men, women, and children forced into labor and unable to walk free. Do you know that just 2.5 years ago, on December 2nd, 2014, 25 of the world's most influential spiritual leaders joined Pope Francis at the Vatican to sign an unprecedented declaration to eradicate slavery in the world by 2020, which is only 4 years away. The religious leaders from across the globe who were assembled there included, they signed a joint declaration of religious leaders against modern slavery. They included, for the first time, leaders of the Christian Catholic, Christian Anglican, Christian Orthodox, as well as Buddhist, Hindu, Jewish, and Muslim faiths, but no Protestant leaders. And they came together to jointly declare their intention to end modern-day slavery, along with government officials from around the world. And so now it's really time for Protestants to join this. Now, we have actively, in the Presbyterian Church, been doing some things along these lines. And I call your attention to the accompanying statements that have, and their additional rationale. HCSWAP has called attention to the fact that they will call this forced labor. We agree with the things they've said, but I also feel that the word slavery should be included as well, because both the church and civil society will see that word, which raises enormous awareness in a very unique way in our society, where people think that there's no such thing as slavery anymore. But HCSWAP also gives examples of places where the church has begun this work and can continue in it. Also, there was not previously, until about 3 days ago, Hudson River Presbytery had given an additional rationale for this overture. And that additional rationale by mistake was left out of PC Biz until it was put in about 3 days ago. And it is now there, and you can see where it tells, it's about the third or fourth paragraph, tells about what corporations can do in eradicating slavery in their supply chains, and how the Presbyterian Church can be of such assistance in evaluating the programs or efforts that do already exist among these corporations. And it's also, in part of the overture, the last paragraph, asking us to prefer to go to corporations that are already working in this, while at the same time others who are both our vendors that we do business with and those companies in which we're invested, that they will follow the examples that we have asked for, that we will be asking them in working on slavery. We also have the Presbyterian Church in 2006 joined with the Campaign for Fair Food, joined with the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, which in 2011 became called the Program for Fair Food, a fantastic program that our church has worked with the Immokalee workers, who have given us the only real model for how worker-driven social responsibility can bring about preventing modern slavery in the corporate supply chains. They eliminated the conditions in which slavery flourishes by bringing together corporations, their suppliers, workers, and consumers to create a sustainable and binding commitment. And that was what brought about the Fair Food Program, which we could be very proud of. You will see that the General Assembly Committee on Representation also has called attention to ways in which they suggested the way in which this can be carried out, a plan for how this can be accomplished in the church. One of the other additional comments has been given by the Presbyterian Peace Fellowship in their guide to overtures, in which they suggest that this overture, which calls for this on the national level for our ministries and agencies, can also be carried down to the mid-councils, can be an example for camps and conferences and affinity groups. A lot of you know about the Equal Exchange Program, where you can go buy chocolate right now in the exhibit area that's done without slavery. You all know about T-shirts, which we're all called upon to wear on Thursday this week, to wear T-shirts of the mission programs that we're involved in, and many of us have T-shirts that were done with fair employment practices. So we urge you, for all these good reasons, to do a program that's not going to cost us anything, but we have plans here presented in this rationale that will make this happen in our church.
Thank you, Peggy. So we also thank Peggy. Are there any questions?